All right, so hello everyone. This is Andrew Terpster here, going over the transportation budget assignment for EDU 528 in the William Woods Athletic Administration Program. The screen that I have in front of you, I got an embedded webcam using Screencastify, and then here is my spreadsheet that I created for my transportation budget. For the current district I coach for, well, what they do is it's a contracted transportation with the bus service. And how they do it is they have a minimal purchase based on day use, and they separate either a half day use, as you can see, it's $50, or a full day use, $100. They don't distinguish by hour, which is different than maybe some other ones, which I'll get to here in a moment. And then it's 70 cents per mile, which is actually fairly cheap compared to another invoice that I found going through my stuff. So what I did to the assignment said it wanted to pick a boys sport and a girls sport, and then go over how much it would cost to bus. So I did boys football, and then I did girls softball. The boys softball, or goodness gracious, excuse me, the boys football is separated into two different ones because JV and varsity play on different nights, while the girls softball, they will play on the same evening and transport together. So what I did is I actually took this year's football schedule combined with the postseason of last year. That's where you get Clark County and then the state championship at Faroe. Clark County was the quarterfinals, and every game up to districts as well as semifinals was at home. So there's no transportation cost. But this is what I found. So with the total amount of miles I put next to each travel destination, and then if you take 0.70 per mile, and then you either add the $50 or $100 full day use, I got the total cost of the day, of the transportation trip itself, all line, and then I did the total for the season in red underneath it, and I did the same thing for JV. So here's the travel destination, the amount of miles, and it's 70 cents per mile, and then whether it was a half day or a full day usage, and then I calculated all those numbers, and then I combined both of those for travel expenses for one bus per trip. Was over $1,000, just to put it in perspective. And, we always travel on what I've always heard called yellow dogs. We did take a charter to Cahokia, but I did not calculate that because of I do not know the bus service we actually use, but I do know that it'd be substantially more. For girls softball, I also did the same format. So I either checked where it was a half day or full day usage. None of them had to be full day usage. You saw up here maybe the reason why football had 3 full day uses. When we play Maryville for the season kickoff classic, we play at William Jewell University. They give us they feed us, they take us through tours, and so that's a full day. The kids get out of school, I think, at like 8:30 or 9 last year. And then at Clark County was a full day use. It was a Saturday game. We left early in the morning, and it was a 3-hour trip. And then the state championship was also a full day use. The kids got out at like 10:30 because of all the, hoops you'd have to jump through with that, which was eye-opening as well. But for just football, over $1,200, and then for girls softball, the total all or half day usage for just under $500. This does not include the postseason because I was not 100% sure where exactly they traveled to. So this is my spreadsheet and how I would divvy it up if I would be making my budget for transportation. I think one thing I definitely learned from this is that it takes some time. I don't know if I like the budget aspect of athletic directing. I guess that comes with the job description, but it's a lot of the time. And you would, of course, 12 sports, 13 sports, maybe 15, 16 sports offered just to get transportation budget. This does not include all the other things that are included in a budget that we all know. So this is what I created based on transportation. The last thing I would like to share is that we've been going through documents. And so what I did is I went through some of mine. I actually found, I know it's hard to see because it's in the corner, but I actually found an invoice from First Student. This was whenever I was still coaching at Just City Public Schools. It is a different contractual bus service. It's really hard to see because it's just been faxed over and it's kind of been photocopied, so it looks like garbage. But I thought it was interesting to share. They had $12.51 hourly rate and then they did a $1.03 per mile. And they had a minimal of you had to be charged $41.81. This exact invoice was actually when I took my middle school team to Joel E. Barbie Middle School in Lebanon. I had to it's a form. I had to pick up time at school. It had the departure time. And then I had to calculate the actual cost myself as the head middle school coach, and then get it signed off. And then they would then send me my invoice and make sure that I knew I'd get my bus. And then I would still always call the bus service, usually a couple of days before, because I have been forgotten to get picked up, even though I did have my PO number and things of that nature. So thank you very much. This is my assignment for EDU 528. I hope it helped and met all requirements. Thank you.